April 26, 1944. High above Nazi-occupied France, the night sky is alive with engines and fear. More than 200 RAF Lancaster bombers push toward heavily defended German industrial targets. This is the height of World War II's strategic bombing campaign, where survival is never guaranteed. At the controls of one Lancaster is 21-year-old flight officer Fred Mifflin, leading his 7-man crew into one of the most dangerous missions of the war. German radar stations already know they're coming. From the darkness below, a German Bf-110 night fighter, equipped with upward-firing cannons, slips silently under a Lancaster. A sudden burst of fire. Another RAF bomber erupts into flames. Inside Mifflin's cockpit, the crew watches helplessly as one of their own is swallowed by the night. This tactic, silent, deadly, invisible, claims multiple bombers before the mission even reaches its target. The terror has only begun. As the Lancaster approaches the target, German flak explodes around the aircraft, lighting the sky like a storm of fire. The plane shudders violently. "We're hit." Despite damage to the wing, Mifflin's voice remains calm. "I've still got her under control." Pathfinder flares ignite the ground below. The bomb aimer takes position. Bombs away. Explosions ripple across the factory complex. The mission objective is complete. But the most dangerous part is still ahead. At higher altitude, German radar locks on. A squadron of FW-190 Butcherbirds, modified for night combat, is dispatched. One pilot spots the Lancaster, glowing faintly in moonlight. From above, nearly invisible, he closes to within 50 meters. "I have you now." Cannons roar. The Lancaster's tail is shredded. Tail gunner Norman Johnson is critically wounded. The fighter vanishes, only to return moments later. Shells tear through the fuselage. Fire erupts from the wing near the fuel tank. "We're on fire!" Flight engineer Norman Cyril Jackson, wounded and bleeding, sees the truth instantly. If the fire reaches the fuel tank, everyone dies. Then he makes an unthinkable decision. "I can go out there." Jackson plans to exit the aircraft at 18,000 feet, crawl along the wing, and extinguish the fire, while tethered only by his parachute. The crew is stunned. This is almost certain death. At 180 miles per hour, Jackson forces himself out into the freezing darkness. Wind slams his body violently. Using an escape axe, he punches through the aircraft's skin and inches his way toward the flames. The heat is unbearable. His gloves begin to burn. One-handed, clinging to the wing, Jackson discharges the fire extinguisher directly into the shattered metal. A miracle happens. The flames begin to die. He's doing it. It's working. The fire is out, but the enemy pilot sees it too. The FW-190 returns. A final burst of cannon fire strikes Jackson, rupturing the fuel tank beneath him. A massive fireball explodes. Jackson is ripped from the wing. Inside the bomber, the crew feels the parachute lines go tight, then burn through. They are forced to let him go. The Lancaster is dying. Mifflin orders the crew to bail out, but refuses to abandon the gravely wounded tail gunner, Norman Johnson. The remaining crew parachutes to safety. Mifflin attempts a crash landing. It fails. Both men perish with the aircraft. Above them, a burning parachute spirals through the darkness. Amazingly, Norman Jackson is still alive. Jackson survives the impact. Though both ankles are shattered, his hands burned, and a bullet lodged in his shoulder. He crawls to a nearby farmhouse. Captured, he is sent to a German POW camp hospital, where Allied doctors save his life. He eventually returns home and meets his son, born the very night of the mission. Later that year, Norman Cyril Jackson is awarded the Victoria Cross, Britain's highest military honor. His response? What the hell for? Night missions were brutal enough. But somewhere else, American crews were flying them in broad daylight. And sometimes, only one plane came home.